Television's grown up now. No one needs a marriage vow. Folks go to the toilet now. These are the days. Single girls can take a pill. Robert can propose to Bill. Say prune juice and tush and party out loud.
We can show my pregnancy.
And John Boy can have VD. Plus a quick vasectomy. After 9 o'clock. These are the days.
A vow of vengeance becomes a death wish, and Beretta takes on a kung fu killer.
They broke her neck, and you're gonna tell me who they are, or I'm gonna break yours.
Wednesday on Beretta.
On Dallas, the surprise verdict is in on the death at South Fork.
Well, I always win my fights, don't I? There was J.R. Ewing standing on the balcony.
Tonight.
We're gonna turn it on. We're gonna bring in the power. We're gonna light up the dark of night like the brightest day in a whole new way. We're gonna turn it on. We're gonna bring in the power. It's coming down the line, strong as it can be, through the courtesy of the electric company.
The Flip Wilson Show.
I want to live with you.
JJ's got a new girlfriend.
I'll give her a kiss.
Elma, help me! And she's got a problem.
What is wrong with the little girl?
It's her arm. She's been busy.
A special one-hour premiere of Good Times.
Tomorrow at 8, 7 Central and Mountain on CBS.
Tuesday on ABC. Happy Days. Remember those carefree years when you were young and you had everything to look forward to? Well, our family certainly does.
All we had was some beer and teeny weeny glasses.
How many teeny-weeny glasses did you have?
72.
It all happens here on the Happy Days.
Ben Richards will live longer than anyone has ever lived. But a transfusion to the wrong man could make him a prisoner for all time. And so he runs from the hunters, the human hounds who would cage him.
Well, we're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie.
It is written, to learn what is good, 1,000 days are not enough. To learn what is evil, an hour is too long.
Prepare yourself for the future. The greed and finality buried in the hearts of men. You must survive through all of this.
Kwai Chang Caine, a peaceful man in a violent world. Kung Fu.
When a hijacking syndicate decides to flex its muscle, Mike Longstreet becomes an easy target.
Stay off the docks. Listen. He wouldn't be knocking himself out like this unless he had something specific in mind.
He
He's only trying to prove to himself that he can cope.
Bolt, I'm coming down to Pier 6, and I'm personally going to knock you in the river.
The San Diego Chargers meet the Cleveland Browns Monday night on ABC.
This is Felix Unger, a photographer, and this is Oscar Madison, a sports writer. Felix and Oscar have two things in common. They are both divorced, and they share the same apartment.
Felix, what are you doing?
There are ashes working their way into the nap of the carpet.
My fist is going to work its way into the nape of your neck if you don't stop cleaning. I took you into my apartment because I thought we could have some laughs. But your idea of a fun evening is defrosting the icebox.
Did you ever look under your bed? There's stuff growing under there.
You stop exaggerating. That's a little dust.
Lawrence of Arabia couldn't make it through such dust.
Tony Randall and Jack Klugman star in The Odd Couple on ABC.
The Partridge Family. Just an average bunch of people making beautiful music together.
The solution is quite simple. You don't play your music and I won't call the police.
And they're in such perfect harmony with each other.
What's wrong with my reputation?
She dropped you like a hot potato, huh?
Smells good. What is it?
Danny's pants.
You'll like the sounds of the Partridge Family.
Gentlemen, you're about to enter the fascinating sphere of police work, the world of forensic medicine.
They say the first year as a cop's the hardest.
Now!
How come it's not getting any easier for the rookies?
It's a good man you've got there, Lieutenant. Yeah, the only trouble is trying to keep him alive.
A single sniper, code 6 Charles, appears to have multiple weapons.
Mike, Terry's been shot.
The rookies.
When the government spends $6 million, they want to make sure they get their money's worth. Colonel Steve Austin doesn't let them down.
If I didn't know better, I would think a bionic man came through here.
He's the $6 million man.
Steve!
Better, faster, stronger than any man on earth. He's the $6 million man.
This is Johnny Carson. I'd like to personally thank you folks for watching The Tonight Show for the past 13 and a half years. And I hope you join us again later tonight at 10:30 on Channel 5.
Suddenly there were these big movie stages and live action sets and artists. And I thought, hey, isn't it marvelous? These people can walk through a door, sit down, and they talk in sync. You know, their mouths move and they're in sync with the dialogue. They can pick up telephones. This is really wonderful.
Directing artists was a totally different thing for me. Terrifying.
Welcome Welcome to Van Dyke and Company. Dick's company tonight is John Biner, Bobby Gentry, and some other surprises. On Van Dyke and Company.
The colors were chosen to show your allegiance to freedom and democracy. The skirt can be discarded if it should prove cumbersome. The material is indestructible.
Oh, it's beautiful, Mother. Thank you.
I designed it myself, never knowing that it would be worn by my own daughter.
I'll make you proud.
The invisible plane is waiting.
Wonder Woman. This year in the colors of America. From Paradise Island to the present. An all-new contemporary show. The invisible plane. The magic lasso. The golden belt are the fantastic tools with which Wonder Woman fights evil throughout the world.
Greg falls for the beautiful Kelly Christopher.
She loves me.
But she, too, has a deal with the devil.
Kelly, it's midnight. Bye-bye time.
A Year at the Top. Sunday at 8:30, 7:30 Central and Mountain.
This is the 1972 Proctor Silex 4-slice toaster 20722, and it's a part. I just did a thorough cleanup on it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I'm making a video just to show the insides and all. But there's a reason why I have it apart, though. I received a modern toaster for Christmas. Mainly because that's the only disadvantage about having a vintage toaster is the slots are not wide enough to accommodate, say, and my problem was I got these real thick Eggo waffles. They're new waffles. They won't fit in here. I was going to buy a vintage early 70s avocado green Western Auto branded toaster oven, which would have been a perfect solution instead. Unfortunately, it was mint in the box too. Oh geez, mint in the box, you know, all that stuff. And it only went for $15, and I forgot the bid on it. Somebody else got it. So I'll do a demo of the other toaster later, but all I want to say is this: you know, it's only going to last 1 to 2 years. I think it has a 2-year warranty on it, so I think it's going to break right after the 2-year period, and I'll just get this 40-year-old beast back out again. But one of the problems I was starting to have was, since this has never been maintained, and even though it's mint, it did have use back in the day. You see how this slides on here? Well, it needed oiled. It was getting really hard to push down. It kept like, and then when it popped up, it wouldn't pop up all the way. It'd probably just release and stop right here. You had to help it back up. Now it just springs right up. I oiled that. And again, it was indeed used, the parts where the toast sits on were caked with some greasy, dried on crap that I could not get off for the life of me. My solution, I got my Dremel tool for wire brush attachment, and I took it to it, and I was able to get it all off, most of it off. But you know, on the settings, you know, speed, it goes 1 to 10. I had to have it on 8. I had to go that fast to get all this off. It would not come off no matter what I tried. You know, and I wasn't going to take the mechanism apart because, you know. So I got that clean. I blew it all out. I polished it up. And, you know, let's take a look at some of the features of this thing. There's your electrical contact for when you push the toaster down to turn it on. So if I push it down, as you can see, it engages that and it closes it. Okay. I'll gently flip this over while on camera here. I'll just lay it down. And here's where the shade selector is at. This is like the coarse. This will be the fine adjustment, so you can adjust it, the shade up there. How does it work? Under the one slice part, there's what I'm going to assume is bimetal, and as the toaster heats up, it goes in, and it makes electrical contact as it comes in. It's very easy to move, so all I do is ever so slightly touch, which in turn, if you follow the wire, flip it back over, engages that solenoid right there, which in turn releases that right there, causing it to pop up. And it's on the middle setting, was dead on for this. It worked quite well. And it looks like all it is, see, I still have to clean it. There's like hardened bread chunks everywhere. But it was originally black and it painted avocado green. The other thing I hate about modern toasters, the cords are so short on them, and they're not even actual heater cords either. I'll get into that later. But this is a long enough cord on it. So next step I'm going to do is clean everything up and reassemble. Here it is, all back together and polished to brand new. As you can see, there's my camera. It's like a mirror. So it's all cleaned up. I got all the original paperwork out. I got the box where after I give it one last run before I put it away, you know, so I just have this on the lightest setting. There's gonna be a little bit of smoke because I was cleaning in there. That's the reason why I want to turn it on, burn all, if I got any crap on it, off. Because this, yeah, it's majorly clean now, including the insides. And except pushing this lever down now required minimal effort. Unlike before, yeah, I had a hard time, so this was a legit reason for taking this apart. So first time apart in 40 years isn't bad. When people take care of their stuff, that's what happens. It lasts. I meant cosmetically. I mean, mechanically or whatever, electrically, it'll just keep running. I'm referring to keeping it like new. One other thing I was talking about was the power cord. It has a decent length, so I don't have to have it like, I mean, I can locate it over here. I know it, despite what newer stuff claims, it's a cost-cutting measure. Walmart grade. You know, and I'll demonstrate the new toaster I got. Ooh, flawless. Before that thing, it would have a hard time popping back up. it's flawless. So I can just let it cool off. This is the new toaster. It says Black & Decker, but it's not. It's some company that uses their name. Box tried to fancy it up. Made in People's Republic of China. It's not stainless steel, just cosmetic. It's cheap, like this. Just the plastic on these, then this is just loose. You know what this knob feels like? That GPX piece of junk stereo I got rid of. The sides are plastic, and it's a real cheap plastic. This toaster weighs next to nothing. Another cue for a fail. It's ETL listed at Initech, I think it's pronounced, or if that's what it is. I don't like it. It seems like all the cheaper stuff does not use UL listing. They use that ETL garbage. Even that's supposed to be close or equivalent to UL. But about this toaster, some things that you know are going to fail. See, it's not like I showed that one as being mechanical. Actually has a piece of like a bimetal strip in there or whatever that moves when it heats up. According, whatever's in that one slice. You know how toasters always say, one slice. This doesn't have a one slice. There's nothing in here. It's timed. That's right, it's electronic. There's an actual circuit board in the back here. Okay? You know that's going to be the first thing to fail in this. There's also a circuit board up front too. That's why when I pushed it down it didn't latch. It works opposite of that toaster. I mean, yeah, you can pop it up manually. There's a cancel button. When you press the frozen button, it's timed. It just times it, and this dial does not do anything. Bagel, one side heats harder than the other to toast it, like the inside of a bagel, and just warm the outside. This 4 is equivalent to what the middle position should be. Again, it's timed, so if you put different types of toast and stuff in here, it's not going to be accurate. You have to learn and move the dial around, while this thing you set and forget. Pick a shade and it'll do it. The power cord is extremely short on it. It's not even a heater power cord, and because I don't like to move appliances around because I'm like a little OCD. I like to just plop it, and that over there I'd have to locate it to the left of an outlet, and then it'd be too close, and it's under its cord is so short it'd still be under the cabinet. So I got this outlet right here. I'll get into this outlet I put in. They put this little island type thing in and left the original outlet below with a knockout, but it doesn't do me any good having an outlet in a cabinet, so I put a blank in there and moved it up the wall. Problem solved. It's a 20 amp circuit. So that's the modern thing. And like I said, I mean, I would never get rid of this thing. This thing will never die. It's not designed to break. This thing, you know how things are. A 2-year warranty means it'll last 2 years, and any time after 2 years, something's going to fail, and more than likely it's going to be electronics in it. When that time comes, it's not if, because we know it will happen, I will disassemble it and dissect it to see what happened to it. So yeah, for the time being, I will say it does work okay. It does do its job, but for how long? And it has returned to the box, along with everything else. And I even kept the box to the modern one. It's all... The box Oh, right there. There's the warranty. I was right, 2 years. But you ever notice how on stuff today, the packaging is better than the actual product? So yeah, it's back with the boxes.